Daily News is reporting that New York Giant Matthias Kiwanuka and New York Jet Bart Scott say they would not play for the St. Louis Rams if Rush Limbaugh becomes an owner there. Kiwanuka in particular said, quote, "I am not going to draw a conclusion from a person off of one comment, but when there's a consistent pattern of disrespect and just a complete misunderstanding of an entire culture that I am a part of, I can't respect him as a man. It is a free country, but if this goes through, I can tell you where I am not going to play," unquote. Well, while Limbaugh is no stranger to controversy, he often courts it. But do you think this feeling will become more widespread among players?
Tony, it didn't have to become more widespread. It is widespread. And I want to tell you something. That was eloquent, by the way. I don't know whether Rush Limbaugh is a straight-up bigot or he simply plays one on TV and radio. But he is universally reviled by black people in this country, and justifiably so, based on his public pronouncements, constantly saying things that are offensive. I'm just going to mention one. He referred to the NFL, by the way, in terms of Bloods and Crips without the weapons. And another point, he said slavery, and this is in context. It had its merits, and he joked, I guess he joked, the streets were safer after dark. Do you not think that black people have TV and radio in the 21st century and had it in the 20th century when Rush Limbaugh started saying these things? So it is a free country. He can pursue that team's ownership. And the NFL, which is, by the way, nearly 70% black, its players can say, no, I don't want him. I think this uprising is interesting.
It's an interesting thing to me in this regard. We are out of the Michael Jordan era of everybody wears sneakers. And we are back to the Jim Brown era of social activism. I don't know how widespread it is for this reason, that there's only one National Football League. I don't know where you can ply your trade somewhere else. And I do think that Limbaugh, if he met people one-on-one and face-to-face, would charm them. But I find this a very intriguing notion that there is a block of athletes out there who are willing to say something political for the first time in 30 years.
Tony, that is a critical component to this. The silence that was there in the 80s and the 90s.
That's right.
There's a roar now. Been a while. It's appropriate.